What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report. It is Sunday, the 12th of July, 2015. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit. I just have a lot going on in the background, but I'm going to try to get back into my normal flow. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all this madness. I got quite a bit of it. Let's start off with terror panic. Rep says NYC officials expecting dirty bomb attack on July 4. Obviously, this didn't happen because of all the great job that the FBI did in rounding up all these terrorists just before the holiday. They'd pat themselves on the back. I'll give you that link. Got one from Sunday Express as well. 3 Islamists with maps and ISIS propaganda arrested over 7/7 anniversary terror plot. So terror plots being foiled all across the world. You know, they're doing such a great job. We need more surveillance, I think. Air Force drops dummy nuclear bomb in Nevada in first controversial test to update Cold War arsenal. So while there was no false flag on the 4th of July, the Air Force did drop a dummy nuclear bomb in Nevada. Fox News has report says U.S. not prepared to handle chemical weapons attack. They got a video report on that. Okay. We got other news going on. Obama administration knew Al-Qaeda was planning attack in Benghazi 10 days in advance. While we had all this smoke screen, the prison break, you know, the shooting, the flag, you know, which, by the way, they took the flag down and won't be killing anyone else. We got the Benghazi thing going on in the background. That, in my opinion, is why we've had all the smoke screen. So I'll give you this link from the Gateway Pundit. We got other news. 21.5 million people affected by background check breach. No doubt internet controls are on the way. Southwest flight returns to Phoenix Airport after blown tire. I just have a vision in my head of an airport where there's an airplane sitting on the tarmac, and all of a sudden, psst, who's got the jack? I'll give you a link to that. Broken plane. Got another broken plane. Another Southwest Airlines plane aborts takeoff after engine catches on fire en route to Boston. Well, it's a good thing that happened on the ground. I'll give you a link to that. This is all in the past couple of weeks, by the way. Other news: autism doctor who exposed vaccine damage found dead. This 13 days ago, and I got one to back that up. 2 more doctors go missing after 3 found dead in 2 weeks. July 5th, 2015, from Health Nut News. What's up with all these alternative sort of doctors coming up missing? Over to financial news, how the Dow Jones did on Friday. It looks like it was up 211 points closed. Did you see where the Dow closed? Now pay attention. 17,760.41. It closed at 1776. You know, this is after the next link. New York Stock Exchange blames shutdown on configuration issue as Dow falls. You know, I don't think a lot of people caught, you know, definitely not the American people, caught the significance of what happened last week. The Dow actually shut down for several hours because of a technical glitch, a configuration issue. Now, both Smoke and Joe Trainer and Monograph did videos on the world market situation. I will link both their videos. I assume people who subscribe to me subscribe to them, but if you don't, you really want to listen to what they have to say. Other news going on. Euro Parliament President threatens Greeks with Armageddon if they vote no. Well, I think they did vote no, but isn't that whole thing still up in the air? I'll give you this link from Zero Hedge. Armageddon, eh? Meanwhile, China banned stock sales by major shareholders for 6 months. Things aren't going good in China. The market's crashing. Greece is out of money. You know, all these... Is the plug... Are they getting ready to light the fuse and, you know, Goodfellas, that whole thing? It's certainly the financial situation. It's going to be an interesting week to watch the markets. I'll just put it like that. Other news in the financial world: Chicago kicks in cloud tax on streaming services like Netflix. Well, of course, we have to keep the slaves taxed. Sorry if I'm losing my breath. I'm a little sick. Emmanuel announces 1,400 CPS layoffs. Details $200 million in cuts. No, that is not Child Protective Services. That is Chicago Public Schools. Awesome job, Rahm Emanuel. Orange County, California wakes up to shock of $4.35 and climbing gas prices soared. Independent stations. Sucks. Meanwhile, one last one in the financial bin. Speaking of things we've been telling you about for years, MasterCard is testing a new way for you to pay with your face. Now that is the greatest idea I've ever heard, because then they won't be able to steal people's information. New World Order! Over to New World Order Police State News, we got Michael Brown art exhibit open in Chicago. Cops are furious. Well, why? It's just a black man laying on the street dead. Why are you furious about that? Judge temporarily prohibits public records release in the AME shooting. I wonder why. What don't you want the people to know? Something about him having a fair and you know, just trial and all this. Well, they've already convicted him because they didn't even have to collect forensics evidence because he confessed. So why the holding of the records? We got suspect in killing in San Francisco. Woman had been deported 5 times. You got this guy out in California that killed this female, been deported 5 times, multiple felony convictions, and he's back in the United States. Go Obama, and we have such a secure border, don't you see? They ought to be able to sue the government for everything the government has. Her family. Gun and fatal San Francisco shooting belonged to federal agent. Well, isn't that something? Whatever happened to Special Agent Stephen Ivins out there in L.A. anyway? Good intentions or power grab? HUD unveils regulations to diversify neighborhoods. What do you think about that? Put a link to it. They're going to be, whatever. Agencies request for 52,000 rounds of ammo for Hoover Dam props inquiry. Well, shouldn't the dam be able to defend itself? Oklahoma Supreme Court rules 10 Commandments statue must be removed. This came out July 1 from Fox News. Well, the 10 Commandments they're very, just like the flag, they're very offensive. Texans organized to hold Operation Counter Jade Helm to keep an eye on federal troops. This Jade Helm news, go Texas, you have my full support. July 10, Baltimore fires police chief in wake of unrest and crime surge. Not sure that's going to do anything. And I understand I understand both sides of the frustration in Baltimore, but this would not be happening had a black man not died in police custody. Just saying. Got one good story to report. James Boyd family, city of Albuquerque reached $5 million settlement, so at least his family's going to get some money. He's still dead, and of course the police department admits no wrongdoing. Over to World War III news. Now this isn't directly World War III related, but it goes with the next link. Look at this. United Airlines flights grounded across the U.S. again. Apparently the stock market is messing up. United Airlines can't keep their planes in the sky. World War III related maybe, but German missile battery receives orders from unknown hackers. Wow, are those two tied together? I don't know. Missile batteries are being hacked. This here could start World War III. Putin's party unveils Russian straight pride flag. This from Newsweek. Well, that's a direct response to the whole gay marriage thing. And, the whole world is looking at America like, you pussies. Sorry for the language, but the whole... Look what's happened in the past couple months. Russia claims to have developed secret super weapon capable of switching off foreign satellites and enemy weapons. This is from the Daily Mail. We got Iran deal done. Israeli report says this July 11th. So Iran deal's done. Wait, no, it's not, is it? Haven't we been working on the Iran deal for ever since we've been making videos? Isn't there every year an Iran deal? Netanyahu, why don't you draw us another bomb? Iran sends top officials to nuclear talks on deadline day. Western diplomats say deadline will be missed. I think it was missed. That was June 29th. Some of this is kind of old. I apologize. Obama says we're speeding up training of ISIL forces. I now call them the Durka Durka. So you have the President of the United States actually telling the truth, talking about we are speeding up the training of the Durka Durka. That from Jihad Watch, by the way. Afghanistan says U.S. strikes destroy its Islamic State branch. This 19 hours ago from the AP via Yahoo News. So we are both arming and training and destroying. What a time it is for the military-industrial complex. Defector may reveal human experiments in North Korea. Look, Kim, what you've been doing over there. Meanwhile, Zero Hedge, one last one. Pentagon concludes America is not safe unless it conquers the world. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news, and I'm sorry if I'm not in my usual groove. It's probably going to take me a few videos to get back there. This really is kind of an art form to try to do all this really quick, and I've been away for a minute. We got a 6.7 out of the Solomon Islands on 7/10. We got a 6.377 out of Russia. 4.2 out of Oregon on 7/4. Several others. Yeah, I'll put a link to USGS. Big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. A lot of small quakes, as always. Hundreds evacuate as Mexico's volcano of fire erupts. Be advised, another volcano erupting in Mexico. Bison attack. 2 more Yellowstone visitors. Bison attacking people. Well, get the hell off our land. Speaking of Yellowstone, Yellowstone loses radio frequencies used to track wildlife. This came out June 2nd. Now, on the surface, that sounded like a bad thing, but it looks like a company actually bought the frequencies, and they're actually going to share them with the wildlife tracker, so that might not be such a bad thing. More privatization of things, I don't know. We got, look at this. USMC retired says 70% of the world's militaries are preparing for climate change. Wow, you mean like in the movie 2012? Like that kind of stuff? I'll put a link to this. And where did all the money go? Probably to stock and build the dumbs. Yahoo News reports thousands of birds abandon eggs and nest on Florida Island July 7. Do they know something's coming? You ever see the movie The Core? The birds seem to know what was going on. Houston will build nation's 10th licensed commercial spaceport. Be advised, ABC 13 local news. Speaking of spaceport, whistleblower spills the beans, says I spent 3 years serving on Deep Space Fleet. I don't know. A new crop circle formation with ominous warning. I haven't read into this. I'll wait for Marshall Masters to break that one down. And NASA openly admits alien life exists. Get ready for disclosure. We've been hearing this for years. My favorite video will always be the Pooflingers video, Welcome Aliens. I don't know if it's up anymore. Google it. It might be out there. Are millions, over to strange and bizarre news, by the way, are millions of toys saying, what the fook? Parents say yes. McDonald's says no. Happy Meal toy is cursing at children. Be advised. Speaking of McDonald's, we got McDonald's to add lab-grown chicken McNuggets to its menu. Lab-grown chicken McNuggets. Have you ever looked at a chicken and been like, where's the McNugget? We got man killed trying to rob ex-CNN anchor was street slave who was given drugs to commit crimes. Claim police as they charge his owner with his murder. I don't know. Daily Mail, put a link to that. Meanwhile, Westlake man who stabbed parents found not guilty by reason of insanity. Apparently he thought he was in a computer simulation. I'm not making it up. Tennessee man indicted for plotting Muslim massacre. This is from The Hill. Okay. Meanwhile, speaking of crazy stuff, inmate death at Solano Prison. Apparently this guy was sawed in half and his internal organs are gone. Not sure how that happened. We got black teacher in Ohio slaps disabled white student, says she doesn't have to serve white people like you. Do you see where all this race thing is going to make people go full retard? We got white liver transplant patient claims his skin turned black after operation. Apparently, I guess he got a liver from a black man and his skin turned... Well, are you happy to be alive? Can I ask you that, sir? We got Yahoo News puts out AP News Break. Cosby said he got drugs to give women for sex. Oh, man. Bill Cosby, what the hell, man. Meanwhile, one more in the strange bin. The bride wrote white and the groom wore his battery. Oh, first robot wedding in Japan takes place and even ends with a kiss. Duramomogato, Mr. Roboto. For all other news, please check my favorite videos. Since I haven't been making videos, I've been favoriting a lot of stuff. There's all kinds of fresh content over there. I'll put a link to my favorites. Pull it up and see if there's anything over there you don't know about. Thank you to everybody who puts out content, keeping everyone informed. It's good stuff. Got a couple shout-outs. Shout out to The Patriot Nurse. Put out an excellent video. Get your house in order now. The Supreme Court. Just going over current events, 9-minute video. If you don't subscribe to The Patriot Nurse, you definitely got to check her out. I got shout-out to U.S. military members who refused Jade Helm orders. Now, I don't know how true this is, but this video here, 7 minutes long, supposedly of a couple military members who say they will not turn on the American people. Big shout out to you if that is the case. That's all I got for this report, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up and a +1 wherever you are. If you like it, if you hate it, give it a thumbs down. You never want to see it again. You shouldn't be on YouTube. Please, thumbs it down all you want. The thumbs downs, look, I only care that you keep coming back, really. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Had several more people tell me they're not getting my videos in their feed. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, Google+. I always post the videos there as soon as they're up. Those links are always at the bottom. That's all I got. You know, what a few weeks of madness it has been. I'm sorry I've been away. This report might not make much sense. I'm kind of scrambled up in the head still. People who hang on my live feed know what's going on with me. And for everybody else, thank you for sending me words of support. I appreciate all your messages. I received a lot of heartfelt message over the past weeks, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. And, you know, continue to be vigilant. Jade Helm, I guess, is it officially kicked off? It should be an interesting summer. It's definitely going to be an interesting week to watch the markets coming up, if anything else. That's all I got, guys. You guys take care. Stay safe always. I will see you on the next one.